Hello there, very good morning and welcome to a brand new edition of Newsline. We're coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios in Colombo. My name is Sonali Wanikabaduge and I'm joined by Faraz Shaukat Ali. A very good morning to you, Faraz.
Good morning, Sonali.
Shall we start off first with the newspapers? The Ceylon today in particular, Faraz, says nominations for the 2015 general election begins today. So nominations for the 2015 general elections will commence from today and go on until the 13th of July. This is according to the Elections Department, which had made this announcement yesterday. Also, another headline-making story in the English newspapers today has been that the GHU disbands from the UPFA. The Jatika Helurume disbanded itself from the United People's Freedom Alliance and declared that the party will create a new alliance in order to contest in the forthcoming general election. Faraz?
I wonder what that holds for the coalition. The Daily Mirror speculates that there is no nominations for Mervyn, Sajin and Daminda, and goes on to say that President Maithripala Sirisena has had reservations about giving nominations to 3 former members of the UPFA charged with various allegations. And the Daily Mirror also goes on to say that 3 SLFP members, ministers, are to contest from the United National Party. Lands Minister MKDS Gunawardena, Ports and Shipping Minister Arjuna Ranatunga and Cultural Affairs Minister Nandamitra Ekanaika are said to be considering contesting the elections from the United National Party.
A lot of turmoil going on in the political setup, Faraz. Your thoughts?
Yes, a lot of palpitations perhaps. Maybe we should get somebody on the phone and ask them these questions.
That's right. We will be doing that in a few minutes' time from now. Faraz, also the Daily News says 12 policemen transferred out. 12 police officers attached to the Mahiangane police station had been transferred with immediate effect, sources at the Mahiangane police said. Now, these transfers had been made during the past 2 days following an incident where a group of UNP supporters were attacked while pasting posters in Mahiangane by a group of supporters of a former SLFP MP. Also in the news today, from the Daily News, Arjuna to join UNP ? A group of parliamentarians who defected from the UPFA to support Maithripala Sirisena to win the presidency has decided to form themselves into a group and contest the general election. Now, following the January 8th victory, this group extended support to the UNP government to complete the 100-day program. The group, that includes Minister Arjuna Ranatunga, decided on this course of action in protest against the move to allow former President Mahinda Rajapaksa to contest the upcoming general election from the UPFA. Indeed, interesting news for us. I think we are planning on getting Mr. Arjuna Ranatunga online. I believe we have someone online now.
Yes, Mr. Rusripala Tenakun, former chairman of the Bank of Ceylon and a trade unionist. Is he on the line now?
Yes, he's on the line. Yes.
Mr. Rusripala.
Hello.
Hello, good morning to you, Mr. Rusripala.
Good morning. Good morning.
The papers are talking of breaking the ranks of the UPFA. What does this mean? We have the JHU saying that they are breaking ranks. We have 3 ministers who say that they are now...
Not very clear.
Can you hear us?
Not loud enough.
We're asking you, Mr. Rusripala, if what does this mean? The JHU breaking ranks with the UPFA and 3 ministers also saying they're going to be contesting from the United National Party. What are your thoughts? What does this mean to the UPFA?
Well, from what I heard, I'm just watching this new program of yours, which is a very timely program, I believe, because the English-speaking people really did not have this newspaper column to be discussed in the morning. So it's a very good opportunity that you have given this, started this program. But let me tell you about this so-called turmoil that is going on at the moment. The situation is, I think, as observers, it is too early for us to comment on what is going on because we haven't heard clearly from the authorities so far about what the firm decisions are or what commitments they have about these things that are proclaimed by people in the public. So therefore, it is, while I am saying that it is too early, I must say one thing. The president of this country has shown very clearly how he managed the affairs during this short period under a new government. He proclaimed certain things and he had his own convictions, which in my opinion, he has proven to the country that with no hesitation, he has done his best to assure and maintain and uphold. So he has done this in the case of a few serious things that are wanted by the country. One is the amendment of the constitution. The second one was the proposal that he brought to the parliament to bring in a new election system. In his capacity, he inherited the parliament of not his choice. The parliament was existing when he was made the president. So he tried his best to make use of the parliament to put across his convictions and to prove to give the country what he promised, what he proclaimed. But we can see the circumstances have now proven that there were certain things that were beyond his control. So what he has now done is he has dissolved the parliament, allowed the parliament to come up again, a new parliament. Probably, I do not want to for a moment think that he will like a parliament which is not in his control, because then he becomes useless to the country if he cannot propagate his views and carry on his principles with a parliament that is supporting him.
Quite.
So let us wait and see.
Thank you, Mr. Rusiripala. Can we just quickly ask you one more question, very quickly? Can the people expect that President Sirisena will sustain the promise that he made, the undertakings, in terms of good governance? Mr. Rusiripala is gone. Moving on.
Can we get through to Mr. Rusiripala?
No, it's gone.
What he has done so far.
Right.
Mr. Rusiripala, can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Now, just to bring your attention to the Ceylon FT, it says, the headline making story says, borrowings to increase by a massive rupees 507 billion, money printing up 2,201%. Your thoughts on this?
Yes.
Looks like we have a technical...
Yes, you know, the whole country is concerned about the economy
of the
country today. Actually, those who have commented on the economy and also those who commented about the past doings of the government, new government, they are very skeptical about the management of the economy. I think there is a serious situation brewing up. That is a fact. And we have to bear with that. We have to be with it. We have to watch carefully to see how the economy is managed. I think there is a lot of room for people to be very seriously concerned about what is going on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rusiripala, for joining Newsline. We appreciate you waking up so early.
All right, Faraz, also on the news today, presidential directives won't harm the January 8th transformation. President Maithripala Sirisena insisted that he will ensure that decisions taken by him, either as leader of the country or as chairman of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, will not harm the transformation that took place in the country on the 8th of January. This is according to the Daily News.
Well, yes, I think after 46 years in politics, President Sirisena is not merely a pushover.
That's right. Also, if we get away from the political setup for the moment, injectable polio vaccine for infants launched. The Daily News says Sri Lanka launched the injectable inactivated polio vaccine for 4-month-old infants from July 1st this year. It is now administered as another injectable vaccine with the second vaccination dose of preventable and OPV. No serious side effects have been reported following the vaccination with IPV. Faraz?
Are we going to ask Mr. Arjuna Ranatunga to join us and confirm if he
Can we get through to Mr. Arjuna Ranatunga? Right. Okay. Also on the Mirror Business section, it says National Aviation Policy in the Making. A national policy on aviation is being formulated with the help of the industry stakeholders, according to Civil Aviation Authority Chairman Shibli Aziz, who was speaking at the annual general meeting of the Sri Lanka Association of Airline Representatives recently.
Very important for the country, especially for tourism. We need more seats to bring people into Sri Lanka.
Of course.
That can only spell good news for the industry. Are we looking at the Daily FT?
Yes. Why don't we?
The Daily FT reports on the flagging off of the construction work on the Matara Hambantota segment of the Southern Expressway, and that appears to signal that the projects have now restarted and work is now carrying on.
That's right.
The Daily FT also reports on the bond scam and conflicts of interest on page 13. So obviously the bond story is still making the news.
That's right. Finally, I think we have time for one more story. Mahinda Bridge to India and China. Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa has announced that he would be a bridge between India and China, noting that Sri Lanka never posed a threat to the relationship it shared with India. Now, it goes on to say that Mahinda Rajapaksa, in an interview to Rediff.com, said that the country needed to maintain good relations with both India and China, and has said Sri Lanka will never pose a threat to China and we have nothing to gain by helping any other country to become a threat to India.
I thought perhaps that we could leave with a thought for the day. It is not only for what we do that we are held responsible, but equally also for what we do not do.
Thank you very much, Faraz.
Thank you, Sonali.
Beautiful words, I think, to start off the morning with. We'll see you with that. And tomorrow, we'll be joining you with our second edition of Newsline. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and have a good day.